Hello. So tonight's read aloud is called The Word Collector. And I love it because when I'm teaching school and I want my students to be able to pull words, not, oh, it was really good, or that was awesome, or he ran really fast. This book kind of gives kids a great idea on how to build bigger, better, more mature vocabulary. But I also love this book because it's written by Peter Reynolds. And Peter Reynolds was the book who wrote the book I Am Human that I read a few nights ago. But I think it's really important that we not only read stories about empathy and stories about inclusivity, but maybe just read books with great characters who aren't typical. Maybe we should start making typical be any kind of kid, boy, girl, maybe transgender, maybe unidentified or self-identified. I don't know exactly how to say it, but kids from Asia, kids from Africa, kids from America, kids from Europe. I mean, kids from anywhere, right? So that when we start using books, any books, kids start recognizing themselves so that it's not just around one topic. I actually had a conversation with a friend of mine a few days ago about the idea that we don't want to make it seem like we need a month of just learning about African Americans or a month about gay pride. We need to start having every day be inclusive of everything instead of trying to celebrate something for one moment in one part of time. So here's The Word Collector. I hope you like it. Collectors collect things. Some people collect stamps, some people collect coins, others collect rocks, some collect art, some collect bugs, others collect baseball cards, some people collect comic books. And Jerome, what did he collect? Jerome collected words. He collected words he heard. My trip to Peru was perfectly pleasant. Certain words caught his attention. He collected words he saw. Willow tea shop. Certain words jumped out at him. He collected words he read. Certain words popped off the page. Emerald. Short and sweet words. Spark, bloom, drift, dream. Two-syllable treats. Treasure, motif, whisper, glimmer, hover, candid. And multi-syllable words that sounded like little songs. Guacamole, kaleidoscope, wonderful, symphony, geometry. There were words he didn't know the meaning of at first, but they were marvelous to say. Aromatic, vociferous, effervescent. There were words whose sounds were perfectly suited to their meaning. Tyrannosaurus rex, molasses, torrential, smudge, bellow. Jerome filled his scrapbooks with more and more of his favorite words. Jerome's collections grew. He began organizing them. Dreamy, science, sad, action, poetic. One day, while transporting them, dun, 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 Jerome slipped and his words went flying. Oh no, you can see the look on his face. As he began to pick them up, he noticed his collections had become jumbled. Big words next to little words, sad words next to dreamy words. Jerome began stringing his words together. Whisper, symphony, electric peace, savor dreams, cascading stars. Words he had not imagined being side by side. He used his words to write poems. He used his poems to make songs. They moved, they delighted. Some of his simplest words were his most powerful. I understand. I'm sorry. Thank you. You matter. That's powerful. Jerome eagerly collected more and more of his favorite words. The The more words he knew, the more clearly he could share them with the world, what he was thinking, feeling, and dreaming. One breezy afternoon, Jerome climbed the highest hill, pulling a wagon packed full with his word collection. He smiled as he emptied his collection of words into the wind. He saw children in the valley below, scurrying about collecting words from the breeze. Jerome had no words to describe how happy that made him. Reach for your own words. Tell the world who you are and how you will make it better. Peter Hamilton Reynolds, The Beginning. So I love this idea. Like, how are we going to make the world better? Well, whatever we can do. My read alouds make me feel better. So maybe that makes them a little selfish because I feel better doing them. I'm hoping that they make a difference in the world, and maybe someone listens to this and thinks, oh, wow, that's a great book. I want to include that in my home library or my classroom library, or I want my child to hear this, or my grandchild, or my niece, my nephew. Maybe you just hadn't thought about some of the topics that we're talking about, like inclusivity and having students be represented through even just regular books in your classroom, right? That not every book needs to have the typical white boy, white girl fairy tale story, right? And look for the writers that are inclusive in their writing. Look for the illustrators who are including different people throughout their book, different styles. When you come to a page where there's a bunch of kids hanging around, what are you seeing, right? What kind of kids are you seeing? Are you seeing everyone or just one type of kid? Actually, this brings me to another idea of the type of book I want to read the next couple of times. Maybe I'm going to focus on illustrators also, not just what the text says, but what kind of illustrations are accompanying the books. Okay, have a wonderful night. Thank you very much.